Kush and Chemtrails, the world's most dangerous podcast.
So, since we're there, though, let me go ahead and smash out this Who's Your Daddy, people.
Please do.
So, let me get my, where's it at? Where? Get over here, baby. Get over here. Who's your daddy? Come on, let's do this, y'all.
Who's
your
daddy?
Who is your daddy? Who is your daddy? Who is your daddy?
All right, so since we were talking about like how the United States is acting like, or people in the United States are taking the assumption that we're not doing the same dictator censorship tactics that countries that we call the enemy are doing, I wanted to double down on it because I came across this company called Tencent. And what Tencent has done is pretty much co-opted like information. That's what they're, just like how, you know, here in America, it's the Googles, the Facebooks. This is China's version.
Tencent? Tinsin?
It's actually Tencent. And I'll pull it up.
Oh, like 10 cent.
And I'll pull it up on the screen right now. The reason why they're a big player, though, and they're important is because just like how I said, we harvest our data here, and of course the companies that are able to spread to other countries, Google and Facebook, they're harvesting data in those places as well. But you know, just like you pointed out, China doesn't allow them in there. Google has tried to get in there, which this video gets into, and they did it under the guise of like some secret operation, you know what I mean, where they were going to adhere to all the standards that the Chinese CCP imposes. But it didn't work. It failed a couple of times. And you know, Facebook and these companies can't penetrate China. So why that's an issue is because we don't get any data on them, because they lock their shit to their companies only being in their countries, while their companies are still able to come here and proliferate like TikTok. And then now this video is about Discord. So specifically, Discord is owned by Tencent, and then I'll play the video so we can check it out and then we could comment on it.
Ooh, we have a Discord. We're commies.
I know, right? It's
Sick,
crazy, bro.
Oh, it's hard not to find. Like, dude, I go to Chipotle the other day.
Ones, bro.
I go to Chipotle on Google, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I wonder, BlackRock, Vanguard, and I'm like, fuck this shit. Yeah,
Everywhere, huh?
yeah, I knew they were gonna be there. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, let's get into this.
Let's watch this damn thing. Show me my daddy. Dave, is that you?
Is it this one? I think. No, that's the. We're going to get into that later. I think it's this one. Yeah.
Money to fund it, which is why every major Western social media site is blocked in China. Not to mention all the addictive social games like Fortnite being banished from the country, because by doing this, China stops the West gaining any data on the Chinese population. They understand how powerful it is to harvest all of this data. There is nothing the US or Europe can do to gain any tiny fraction of China's data on us. Tencent and ByteDance, the company that owns TikTok, now control all millennials and zoomers' entire virtual lives. We've been beaten in a fight we didn't even know existed. And in the news, we always see Facebook, Twitter, and Amazon being questioned for their data handling. But the news, commentators, and media flat out ignores the widespread data harvest performed by the CCP, or more officially Tencent and ByteDance. So then it all comes back to the point, is Discord really free? I mean, Discord provides great value to its users, but the true value of Discord is to its majority shareholder Tencent.
So it goes on to just pretty much break down how all of these companies, bro, like their products and services are important to them, but really, they're just making all of this money off of data. Straight data harvesting, bro. And why it's so cynical, like this video points out. Go check this out. This is a video about how dangerous Discord is. It's a channel, Moon, that I've been bringing up a lot lately because he really does break it down pretty sweet. So subscribe to his channel, and he has some paid content on Patreon as well. But yeah, so Tencent owns like TikTok and fucking like Discord. So all these things that are like creating all these viral moments right now, that's why all that facial, me and you knew from the jump when people were playing all those games and making their faces turn into different shit. I'm like, nah, don't put me on that shit. You know what I mean? Because I knew from the jump, but then when you get to the bottom of it and really see how disgusting it is, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Because
The Chinese fucking CIA got that shit right now, bro.
There it is. Yeah, I read a book about a lot of this data harvesting and shit that they were doing, and how the algorithms and all these bots and shit were taking over. But man, when you really dig into it, it's crazy. So Tencent is one of your daddy's people.
Man.
While we're here though, I'm gonna just finalize a couple more videos, because these are all pretty much talking about similar subjects. This one is about what's the sex site that people be selling they thing on? OnlyFans. This is so sad, bro. Check this shit out, bro. This is really the state of our society right now.
At the people crouched over on their phones as they walk the streets or drive their cars or walk their dogs or play with their children. Go to an airport and just look around you at the sea of craned necks and dead eyes. We have gone from looking up and around to constantly looking down, physically and spiritually. We live in a society that legitimizes social media addiction, where you wake up in the morning, you pick up your phone, you check your notifications, you open Instagram and scroll through all the stories and new posts, you check the news, sports, Reddit, you then go onto YouTube where you're bombarded with brightly colored thumbnails playing on your psychology. You watch videos that leave you with a drip of anodyne lethargic dross, but with just enough engagement tactics to keep you permanently hooked. You then look at your messenger and see no new messages. You look at the couple of new emails in your inbox. You realize an hour of your life has already gone and you're still in
cold
bed.
'cause we've all
At
done
work,
it, bro.
you check your phone for every 5 to 10 minutes for the next 8 to 10 hours. You play YouTube or a podcast in the background. You go home, turn on
guilty of
Netflix, YouTube or TV. You watch more videos. You can't pay full attention to anything you're doing. You tell yourself just one more video, then you'll stop. You play games with videos in the background. You wait for the next notification for someone to say something to you. And if you've become so atomized and lonely and so entrenched in this lifestyle, you may start to think that $5 is worth it just to feel loved by some skanky e-thoughts. And so you give in
Skanky
by a
e-thought.
virtual girlfriend who listens to your problems, even though you and her both know she secretly despises you.
Please give me some feedback on this shit, man.
Well, this should just hurt my feelings, bro, because that's me in a nutshell. No, I'm playing. No, that's pretty fucking crazy, bro. It is. You see this in the fucking society, bro. I make a conscious effort. I have to.
Me too, bro.
And it's a balance, you know. I realize that by turning my back on this completely, like I've talked about before, just leaves me at a disadvantage.
Right.
So that's not the answer.
Right.
So there has to be an agreement that you make with yourself. Discipline is everything, bro. And really, it starts with your diet. How you were talking about last episode on Holistic Mystics. It starts with your diet. If you can control what you eat, bro, you can control anything.
Yeah.
So you start there, and it'll go into other facets of your life. But yeah, discipline is everything, and balance is everything. There's a time and a place for everything. Force yourself to put that phone down for a little bit. I think you talked about waking up and not checking all your messages and everything right away. Yeah. I would check my text messages just because if there was an emergency or something. But outside of that, you know, do your best to not go through all your social media apps. And
I even get myself out of that habit too, because if there's an emergency, somebody most likely will call you. But I know maybe the reception isn't that great over here because I know the hills and shit.
Yeah.
All right, last one, man, because I know I didn't put this one if it wasn't important too. So last one, man. I don't want to be the video guy, but man, this dude just breaks it down so cold, man.
Opinions that might go against Twitch's moderation team. But then who is in control of Twitch's moderation team? Who's setting these terms of service? Well, once you understand Twitch's moderation team, everything else begins to click together. And it starts to make more sense why Twitch's censorship has quickly become so extreme, even beating YouTube and its draconian levels of censorship. For example, the people in charge of Twitch's censorship teams are people like Steph Lower, a prominent member of Twitch's Safety Advisory Council. Her position is very powerful. Steph has the power to control Twitch's terms of service and permanently ban users from the site. Now, who is Steph? Well, Steph is a person who believes they are a deer and perform rituals to be in tune with their, quote, deer spirit. And if that's not weird enough, hear me out here. They also try to achieve, quote, deergasms with their partner. This is who's in control of Twitch's censorship team, and I'm sure she's the perfect person to impartially decide who can voice their opinions and which voices should be silenced. And Steph obviously knows how egregious this is, and openly brags about it, laughing about her power and control of Twitch, claiming, quote, some people should be afraid of me. But if you try to criticize Steph, the media immediately regards this as a hate and harassment campaign. And no, I really wish I was joking, and while Twitch is
Huh. Yeah.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it lines up perfectly with the Communist Manifesto, bro. You basically make everyone out to be the enemy, and you make the people who were always at the bottom of society, so in this case, psychos, crazy people, you make them the main ones, and because they're going to follow everything you do now, right? All these fucking crazy motherfuckers in office that are accepting all this shit, that are like her, probably deers and kitties and whatever the fuck they think
furries,
they are,
bro.
Yeah, and pushing that
Fucking
whole
furries.
fucking all this shit. They're going to continue to do this. That's exactly what this is. It's nonsense, bro. It's a bunch of fucking nonsense, and they're fucking. They have disorders, bro. She thinks she's a fucking deer.
And she's dead serious, Ron. This shit is called furries, bro.
Yeah.
They don't even just take it to the extent like her with the antlers. They actually buy those costumes, bro. Like, buy the bear costume and then play with each other with the costumes on.
Yeah, bro.
And they take on these personas of these animals, bro. And they get together and play. I don't even know what the right word is, bro.
Damn.
Furries. So there, yeah, so much popped out at me from this video. The furries. The fact that she feels empowered, though, and then a lot of they said the moderators and the people that are doing like the censoring and are in charge of the flagging and all of that shit, other than the bots, you know, are people, you know, I'm not saying they're all like her, but you know, they're people that are empowered
Bro,
by
a
being
lot of them
who
are.
sits on the internet all day and wants to moderate something. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's the point that he was
Yeah.
making is this is the type of person
Yeah.
who's in the head of Twitch's, you know.
Someone that has something against society. You've treated me like shit my whole life because I think I'm a fucking deer, and now I'm gonna get my revenge. You can't say anything on this social platform.
Now people
that I
respect
don't
me as
agree
a
with.
deer.
Exactly.
And I have
now
deer
I'll show
gasms.
you,
Yeah.
motherfucker. This is for Bambi. Bam, ride or die.
Exactly, bro. Man.
Damn.
That's wild, bro.
Kush and Chemtrails, the world's most dangerous podcast.